Route 1 Fusion connects trade-in valuation, pre-qualification, scheduling, and protection products into one seamless experience. Create a more connected buying journey. Visit route1.com/fusion to schedule your demo.
Welcome to Daily Drive for Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. I'm Kellen Walker in Las Vegas. Today on the show, the future of EVs for Lexus in its new product lineup, how a Nissan general manager retaliated against a negative review, and allegations of COVID loan fraud hitting multiple dealerships. Plus, why social media may not be the end-all be-all for dealership marketing.
So I think that a lot of dealers have pulled back to what they perceive as bottom of the funnel only when it comes to advertising, especially this past year.
Let's run through all the news you need to know to keep up in the auto industry. Some Lexus dealers in the U.S. will welcome an assortment of new vehicles over the next 2 years, including the return of a legendary performance car and at least 3 performance luxury vehicles that won't carry a Lexus badge. Lexus will continue its slow and steady approach to electrification, even though long-term product planning has been disrupted by the slower pace of electric vehicle sales and adoption. For example, the brand has shelved further development of the LF-ZC concept EV, which would have been the flagship of a fully electric future. Still, the Japanese luxury brand isn't completely pulling the plug. Development of an electric-powered supercar carrying the legendary LFA nameplate is in the works and is expected to be the first use of the parent company Toyota's solid-state battery pack in 2027. Tiffany and Robert Malett says the van they bought from Nissan of Cape Coral immediately had major problems, including a bad transmission. They said the dealership was no help. After writing about the experience on the store's Google listing, Tiffany Malett says negative reviews of the couple's small upholstery shop began pouring in. The negative reviews weren't from actual customers. They were from Nissan of Cape Coral's general manager. She said in a TikTok video that has been viewed 1.4 million times. After Malett's video went viral, Nissan of Cape Coral's Google reviews and social media pages were flooded with negative comments and calls for the general manager to be fired, even as she urged viewers to not retaliate the same way he had. The general manager posted an apology on the dealership's Facebook page. And 2 dealership groups have been accused of fraudulently taking federal loans under the Paycheck Protection Program, a program from the COVID era that was set up to help small businesses. One retailer has agreed to a multi-million-dollar settlement. Thousands of dealerships received forgivable loans guaranteed by the U.S. Small Business Administration during the pandemic to keep employees on the payroll. Now the government is stepping up its review of the loans and allegations of fraud across numerous industries. Kitty Van Bortle, who owns 4 dealerships in New York under Van Bortle Automotive Group, was accused of withholding information that would have made her dealerships ineligible for PPP loans. In another case, Jeff Weiler Automotive family agreed in April to pay $2.1 million to resolve allegations of PPP fraud. The company violated the False Claims Act, a federal law that prohibits companies and individuals from submitting fraudulent claims to the government. And those are today's headlines. You can find more details on all those stories at autonews.com. Acura is preparing to go bigger. The premium brand is planning a new flagship 3-row SUV expected to arrive in 2029. That would sit above the MDX and feature a new hybrid powertrain. The move comes as Acura pivots away from some planned EVs and look to strengthen a lineup that, despite shrinking, has climbed to become the 4th largest luxury brand in the U.S. Joining me now to talk about it is automotive news reporter Urvash Kakaria. Urvash, welcome back to Daily Drive.
Hi, Kel. Coming to you live from Los Angeles.
Nice. You're in the beautiful LA sun.
Absolutely. Gorgeous weather.
There we go. Well, Urvash, Acura has built its reputation around performance and value. How important is a larger flagship SUV to attracting new luxury buyers and keeping pace with competitors in the premium 3-row segment?
Yeah, absolutely. For Acura, having a larger, maybe a full-size three-row crossover is important on multiple fronts. One is the lineup right now is rather slim. They're going to get down to just three models shortly once the RDX production ends for a while. So definitely they need more product. And having this new entering this new segment is kind of important because several competitors already have strong offerings, and others are trying to enter the space. Volvo is also planning a full-sized three-row crossover larger than their XC90. Um, the segment is large and it's growing. U.S. sales of large premium crossovers have risen for 3 consecutive years to about almost 195,000 units in 2025. The segment is led by Lexus TX, and it's 51% larger than it was in 2020. So definitely there is demand for this vehicle. Dealers are excited. Dealers would like to see a body on frame, would like this vehicle to be a body on frame vehicle, because that would not only mean a more spacious 3 rows, but it would also mean additional capacity. The MDX, which is their flagship right now, is also a 3-row, but it's on a unibody platform, and it's obviously more cramped. The 3 rows are more cramped. The 3rd row is not ideal for adult-sized passengers. So definitely it makes sense for Acura to go bigger, target a more, a larger market, maybe a market sweet spot. But it's not just about volumes. These vehicles are also high margin, so it's also more profitable both for the automaker as well as for the dealers.
Now, with Acura shifting its long-term strategy towards hybrids instead of expanding its EV lineup, what does that say about where the luxury market and consumer demand is headed over the next several years?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of reflective of just broader industry trends. In the near term, EV demand is expected to be subdued because of the lack of federal, tax credits. That's why you're seeing several automakers pull back on their EV plans. American Honda, in general, basically has pivoted from a rather ambitious EV strategy. They had several electric models, including an Acura EV planned, and that's been pulled. There were some other models that were expected in the future. Those aren't coming either. So Honda in general has pivoted towards hybrids. Essentially, the Acura XL, which is this new flagship that's under development, that's expected to carry a new large vehicle hybrid powertrain that Honda is developing. That's going to have more premium performance and also be more fuel efficient.
Perfect. Urvash, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Coming up, Meg Hughes-Ritter of Dealers United joins the show to talk about how TikTok is most effective for dealers who act like influencers in their content. That's next on Daily Drive.
Route 1 Fusion is a digital retail solution designed to help dealerships engage customers earlier in the process and help you capture more opportunities from your online traffic. Today's consumers expect a fast, connected experience with clarity from the start, especially when it comes to payments, trade-ins, and financing options. With Fusion, dealerships can bring key parts of the buying process together, combining trade-in valuation, pre-qualification, appointment scheduling, and protection product presentations into one connected experience. This allows customers to explore their options earlier, arrive better prepared, and move through the process with a clearer understanding of what to expect. That leads to more realistic expectations, more productive conversations, and a smoother transition from online to in-store. With Fusion, you can customize your digital retail experience and create a more connected buying journey for your customers. It's designed to support your team, reduce friction, and create a more consistent experience from first click to final steps in the process. The result? Higher quality leads, stronger interactions, and a more efficient path to purchase. Ready to see it in action? Schedule your personalized demo at route1.com/fusion.
Welcome back to Daily Drive. I'm Kellen Walker. Dealers are definitely active on TikTok, but not all of them are using it to its full potential. Meg Hughes Ritter is Director of Social Ads Performance Managers at Dealers United. She says if dealers are going to catch a customer's attention, they need to add their personality to videos instead of just dumping inventory. She spoke with automotive news reporter Mark Homer to discuss how dealers can find the right social media strategy for them. Here's that conversation.
Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm looking forward to the conversation to talk about TikTok. Now, TikTok, as you know, is relatively new. So I'm wondering if you see more dealerships using TikTok for their marketing as opposed to, just experimenting.
Sure. So, like you said, TikTok is relatively new. We joined forces with them when they first started like their big boom a few years ago. And we actually have fewer dealers today running on TikTok than we did back in 2024,
Really?
back when it was the hottest channel out there. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that it's not for everyone. It's a amazing omni-channel platform. As you know, the buyer journey, it's not e-commerce. We're not just clicking on a vehicle usually and checking out. It's not a t-shirt sale. There's a 75 to 90-day buyer journey when it comes to vehicle purchases. So TikTok is really a channel that's should be a part of a dealer's advertising puzzle. And mainly if you have kind of all the levers that would match to advertise on that channel.
Give a sense as to numbers. Like for example, currently, how many of your dealership clients use TikTok as part of their marketing plans, and maybe how many was that a few years ago?
So we currently have about 20 that are currently advertising on the platform, taking full advantage of that, a part of their advertising mix. In 2024, we probably had around 35 to 40.
Why would that go down if the perception for many is that more are using TikTok? Is there something else going on here?
So I think that a lot of dealers have pulled back to what they perceive as bottom of the funnel only when it comes to advertising, especially this past year. They're moving ad dollars away from anything that maybe labels research or influence. They just want bottom of the funnel. Is this going to bring me leads? Personally, as someone who sits behind the screen and runs these campaigns, I think that's a mistake. Like I was saying, the vehicle purchase is up to 90 days. People are actively researching. The average user uses over 5 social platforms a day. I don't know how many you use, but I use at least 4. And if you're not showing up on those platforms, and that at Dealers United we call our omni-channel approach, you want to be showing up where your buyers are. It's a huge purchase decision. You want to be influencing where those buyers are, because again, it's not just a one click. I'm going to check out this new t-shirt that just popped up. I really like the design. It's a vehicle. It's one of the biggest purchases you can make. So I think our dealers who initially tried it, some of them really took the bull by the horns, per se, because they did what we call like our secret sauce. They didn't just dump inventory on TikTok. They actually used their personality, custom creative, because it is about influencing. It is a social platform. Someone may not be apt to go to your dealership if they just see a carousel ad of inventory. But if you have your sales team doing a dancing trend, you're gonna be top of mind for them. And that's what we noticed is a lot of dealers jumped on it, but some may not have had that content creation urge that performs really well on TikTok. So it's not for everyone, and that's okay.
So let's talk about TikTok itself. How long have you been aware of it as a marketing option, and have you seen it improve as a marketing option for the auto dealership community?
Good question. So we've been aware of it, I believe, since 2023 or 2024, right when it started, when it was available to start advertising. We like to pride ourselves on jumping on any of the brand new platforms that are out there and getting our dealerships on it. And so we were a part of that big boom. We were one of the first ad agencies to partner with TikTok to bring it to automotive dealers. And so at the beginning, it was mainly just product ads, mainly just inventory. But they definitely in the past year have kind of caught up to, say, like Meta. Meta has Advantage Plus campaigns, which is driven by everyone's favorite word, AI. And then Google. Google has PMax campaigns. So TikTok kind of caught up quickly with that, which big step forward for our industry. They made the ad experience actually user-friendly for car shoppers. There's a key ad type that, like I said, that secret sauce of not just dumping your inventory on TikTok, but actually pairing it with a funny video. If you have an F-150 and your salesperson is talking about that F-150 or jumping on a funny trend talking about that F-150, and right underneath is your F-150 inventory, that's a great user experience. The customer can click that F-150, it takes them right to the VDP. So I think their UI got a lot more friendly for automotive advertisers, and they caught up really quickly for not being a platform for as long as somebody like Meta.
So what do you sell to your dealership clients now? Do you sell is it a package where they can add or subtract any social media platform that they wish, or is all of it automatically included? How does that work?
Right now, it's kind of like an a la carte type thing. We personalize to the dealer. If we see a dealer has not posted organically on their social platforms for 5 years, they may not be the best candidate to go on TikTok. They may not be whipping out the cell phones and making those fun custom videos that actually help move the needle on TikTok. So we're probably not going to suggest to hop on something like TikTok. But we do have the dealers that go all in on content creation, and those are the ones that we see success. So at Dealers United, that's what we do, is we try to put you on as many influence opportunities as we can during that 90-day journey, but we're not going to just force every person onto TikTok because it may be said that everyone needs to be on TikTok right now. We've done the data, we've done the research, and we're not going to push somebody on it if we don't think they're going to perform or if they're just going to put inventory up. It needs that secret sauce of personality as well, because social media is all consuming. If you are you want to catch somebody's attention. So that's kind of what we do at Dealers United and why we like to introduce as many different platforms as we can. And something cool we can do as well is we can actually determine ROI for dealers. You can actually take a dealer's sold list and upload it to a platform like TikTok, and it will match your sales to people who actually visited your campaign. So you can actually see, is this platform actually working for me, or am I just, spinning the wheels and wasting ad money at this point?
Sure. Very good. Meg, thank you. I appreciate your time and your insight.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. It's been fun.
That's Daily Drive for today. I'm Kellen Walker. Thanks to Clara Martinez, our own Larry Vellaquette, and Nick Bunkley for their reporting for today's podcast. You can get the latest news on Lexus's future product, dealership decorum, and everything happening in the auto industry at autonews.com. Come back tomorrow for part 2 of a conversation with Todd Lawrence and Jim Pernis of Subaru on how to maintain a loyal customer base.
As we move into the service side, yes, there's a little bit less service, but we want to treat them no different than we treat all of our customers, and that's show them that Subaru is different.
We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you think of the show and the topics we covered today. Send us an email at dailydrive@autonews.com or leave us a voicemail at 313-444-2774. And if you enjoy the podcast, remember to leave a review, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.